by just stating that everything talked about in this video is speculation and opinion. Before we get started, I actually have met PokeMarsh cards before. His name is Alex, over at Cool Trainer Ryan's house once. He seemed like a nice guy at the time. I haven't ever spoken to him before or after that interaction, but because I've like met this person, I just want to make sure it's clear, like, this is not a personal attack. I have nothing personal against Alex, but the situation looks really bad and he definitely has some answering to do. So for context, PokeMarsh Cards is a card restoration guy. That's his thing. He like cleans cards.
Yo, YouTube fam, Poke fam. We back again, once again, on the Poke Dares channel. Part 2. We did the first video. Cool Trainer Ryan scamming the community. We don't know. Who knows? Haven't spoken. Haven't said nothing yet. Like I said, we don't have a dog in the fight. We just reporting the news and what's going on in this YouTube, in this Pokemon community. My bad about that, but it is on the YouTube. So, the first part was clearing up. Salute to Opossum Bud. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? On the message and all that great stuff. Salute to you as well. On your credit, the video was fire. I had to put my 2 cents on it. You know what I'm saying? I watch everybody's content, so I'm not biased towards nothing. But the facts is the facts. Black and white is black and white. And allegations, or allegedly, however you want to call it, hey, it's out there. It's up to the people, the person, to rebut it, rebuttal, or to be able to tell their side of the story. If not, or they keep their silence. Hey, that's up to you. I just say, with a situation like this, the more you keep quiet, the worse it's gonna get. Because both hands, not just one hand, but 2 hands, is caught in the cookie jar. But today, we have 2 more people that's actually cool with Cool Trainer Ryan and was actually there in the video. Not the first video that y'all seen on the last one, but there was a live stream with Kyra. Salute to her and her content, and Shiny Vert, and salute to him, his content. Hope it's all well with your family, bro. Since your last upload, hope everything's going well with your father. Like I said, we don't have a horse in the race. We just reporting the news. Now, some of the videos that you're gonna see here is from Shiny Vert, from Vert and Kyra, for what I would like to say they do their due diligence to kind of clean stuff up. Not saying that they did business with the man, with PokeMarsh, but you guys was around one of the person that has been doing business with him, or allegedly. But like you said, you're gonna see them talk about more of, you know, hey, I don't know him personally, didn't do business, what he's doing is wrong, and so forth and so forth. Now, before we get into that, what I'm gonna say is, like I said, we don't have a horse in this race, but right is right and wrong is wrong. Now, my questions to the community out here, and to everybody else, if you just want to indulge in it, would you have said something if the person went and got caught? Put that in the comment section. I'm gonna repeat it again. If anybody had said something to try to clear themselves, if no person or no one got caught in these so-called allegations or the stuff or the scamming. And I do have a video clip of PokeMarsh responding, and he also deleted or put his Twitter on private. People can't contact him. They say it was thousands of dollars and thousands of cards. Now, whether it's true or not, you guys can see for yourself in some of the videos that I want to bring up. And then y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about it. Is it true? Is it real? What would you guys would have done in these situations? Or how you feel about your content creators not indulging with them, but being around them. Like I said, they was at Cool Trainer Ryan's place. Now, I will give Kyra one of the benefit of the doubts. Like she said, now normally when you get together, you do a group live stream, group party, anything, you want to be on the same page with everybody, you know, especially if you're flying in from different places and so forth, or come from different events. Everybody's kind of know what's going on. You're pretty much not out the loop. Now, can I say that Did she know he was gonna be there for the live stream? No, so I'll give her 50-50. But I can't solely give that to you because it wasn't just you at the live stream. Like I said, it was Vert, it was a few other people, and PokeMarsh. So 9 times out of 10, I'm sure Ryan had told you guys that, hey, I'm doing such and such live stream, I want to get all this together. I'm sure you wasn't just shocked, right? Now, if he was, fine. But I don't solely think you don't know what this guy was doing. Not saying that you do business with him, but even if you didn't know it after that live stream, like you said, you probably like you played your flight. Not saying that you was, oh, I know who this is, I don't want to do a stream with him because I know what his business are. Now, you could have said that, or if you not know what he was doing. But even after the fact, just like you do bash Alex, not that Alex, but Nomics, and a lot of Timmys and everything like you say, like you do, and other people like that, I feel like, this is my opinion, once you found out who this guy was, you should have been bashing him too, just like you bash everybody else, the scalpers and stuff like that. You like to call out everybody else. I feel like, hey, you gotta keep that same energy. You can't be biased, you know what I'm saying? And what's wrong is wrong. So at the same time, even at your video you just did, you still should say at the end of the video, you know, hey, I don't maybe agree with Ryan had him on the stream, but I believe you should at least say something. But hey, that's your opinion. How you say foot, boom. Now the Vert, salute to you, Vert. But in the video that you brought up, I'm gonna show it in the clip. Like you said, you don't really know this guy personally, but you have met him and text and stuff like that. But I feel like you should have said something as well too. You know what I'm saying? I think you know a little. I think y'all both know a little bit more than you're letting on. But I get it. You know, it's how they say PR. This is cleanup time. So, granted, take it for face value and for what it is. But for the first clip, let's see what Kyra is talking about. Y'all check this out. Let me know what y'all got going on.
Person, I just want to make sure it's clear, like, this is not a personal attack. I have nothing personal against Alex, but the situation looks really bad and he definitely has some answering to do. So for context, PokeMarsh Cards is a card restoration guy. That's his thing. He like cleans cards or fixes cards, whatever you want to call it. You guys know how I feel about that sort of thing. I'm not a big fan of the card restoration services. I kind of get it if you're doing it for your own personal collection and you have no intentions of trading or selling these things without disclosing the fact that they've been altered. But that's like not the majority of what happens with cards that are altered and cleaned or whatever you want to call it. What actually happens is people are getting their cards restored or cleaned or fixed, and then they're sending them into grading, sometimes bypassing the grading company's policies about not sending in altered cards. Sometimes the grading companies don't catch the fact that these things have been cleaned and they'll come back a 9 or a 10. And then people will try and trade or sell them without disclosing the fact that these cards have been altered. Because if you disclose that, you know, who wants to pay a premium for an altered card? This is exactly why I stay away from high-end vintage slabs. I will not touch them with a 10-foot pole, especially the newer certs, dude. Like, I'd be much more comfortable purchasing a really old cert at this point because there's less of a chance that it's been chemically altered. And I just don't think it's cool. I don't think it's a good thing for the hobby necessarily. Like, I just think that a lot of collectors, I personally would not want an altered card in my collection. I know a lot of other collectors that feel the exact same way. So the fact that there's a bunch of altered high-end cards floating around out there, it's just scary and it sucks and I hate it. Like I said, if you're gonna keep it for yourself and you're never going to sell it or trade it without disclosing the fact that it's cleaned, I guess that's one thing, but yeah, no, I don't know. It's not for me. But that's fine. You can still be cool with people in the hobby that have different opinions than you, who participate in the hobby differently than you. You don't have to agree with every single thing that people do, and not everybody doing things that you wouldn't do yourself are bad people. Because I got a few messages that were like, oh, aren't you like friends with this person? No, I'm not. Just because I've been in a social situation with them one time doesn't actually mean anything. Like I said, I've never talked to him, like, outside of that situation. So yeah, no, I don't consider us to be friends. I think it's safe to say my opinion on him has changed because the stuff that's come out about him recently is pretty bad and we need to talk about what happened. And if that pisses anyone off, so be it. I have a habit of doing that in this hobby anyway. I'm gonna play a clip real quick just so you guys can get like the basic idea of what's going on. This clip is from PokeSun TCG, I believe, who made me aware of the situation in the first place.
Tons of collectors are coming forward claiming they lost thousands of dollars.
All right, as you can see, one of Kyra clips right there. You know, she's saying, you know, it's kind of hard to dispute that. You know what I mean? You heard out of her words. Like she said, she don't really know who he is, never really met him to the live stream and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But the fact is, and it's out there, the proof is in the pudding. I think more people is coming out saying stuff. So the fact that a lot of videos is being made and then people want to come to clear their name now is kind of a little bit suspect in a way, because dude been out there. He just hasn't been on YouTube like crazy, you know what I'm saying, as I can see, you know what I mean? But let's go into a second clip. Check this one out.
Another one who lost $1,000 there. And it appears, you know, through all of this stuff that we're hearing, that Alex is currently holding thousands and thousands of dollars worth of other people's cards right now, or has lost thousands and thousands of dollars of other people's cards. This is bad. This is very bad. This is a very bad look for Alex. I'm not sure what's going on with him. I heard he was going through some difficult times. This is very bad, and when you disable your accounts and you refuse to address the situation, what you're doing is then leaving it up to speculation for everybody, and people don't know if you stole the cards, if you lost all the cards, if you sold them, if you swapped some out for you know, other cards or worse condition ones, and that's why people are getting the wrong cards back in the mail. No one knows if you're just planning to keep all this shit and just go radio silent and fuck off out of the community. Wouldn't be the first time we've seen somebody do something like that, but it would be quite disappointing to a lot of people. Maybe he's just super backlogged and it got out of control, but we won't know. We can't know until he says something or takes accountability or explains himself, and he's not doing that. He's turned all his social medias off. He's not responding to like other people in the community who are trying to reach out to him and see what's going on. And no matter what his intentions are with all of this, nobody can blame people for being pissed off and wanting answers, because it appears like a lot of people are out a lot of money from submitting their cards to his restoration services. So I don't know, like, I hope he does the right thing and, you know, refunds people and sends everybody's cards back. He should probably just refund everybody at this point and take some time off, or just like not do this anymore. I mean, the trust is broken at this point. Accountability needs to be had for everything that happened. I don't know anybody who can get into contact with him. A lot of people are asking me that, and the truth is I really don't know anybody who can get into contact with him, and I have never been in contact with him before, so I don't have the answers. I would honestly be really surprised if this situation doesn't end with some kind of lawsuit against him, but I think that this is an important lesson for everybody. I say this shit all the time. You guys hear me say this all the time. I feel like...
So yeah, so you've seen both her clips, and y'all let me know, put it in the comment section of what y'all think, what Kyra had to say. Not only that, go to her YouTube channel, Kyra. Check her content out. She does great work, you know what I'm saying? Besides all the extra stuff going on, y'all go check her out. She's doing her thing over there. Now, for Vert, you know, like I was saying on his behalf of it, he said he's not really so much personally know the guy, but he have met him in person. You know what I mean? They have, hey, he said he left me a DM, which y'all gonna see in the video. But before we get to that part, I'm gonna let you hear what Vert got to say before we get to the other messages and stuff like that. Check this one out.
When this situation first broke, I'm not gonna lie, my immediate thought was, oh, people are just trying to scam him for money because he's got like this successful business and stuff now, and maybe all these people are lying to try to get, you know, a freebie off of PokeMarsh. Then I started looking more into it, talked to some people behind the scenes, got more info from them, and then, you know, the nail in the coffin was his text back to me that I thought was pretty pathetic, and I think it speaks for itself. But y'all build your own conclusions. I'll give y'all all the facts or whatever. But the last thing I'll say before we get into everything is I have met PokeMarsh in person. besides this entire situation, when I met him in person for the first time, I thought he was a stand-up guy. We had good conversations. He told me a lot of stuff about his business. Whether you like card restoration or not, you know, that's not what this video is going to be about. Lost my damn train of thought here. I guess the only thing I'll say about card restoration is I've heard a lot of people recently talking about that over time it actually damages your cards more. So I'll just say that about it. But yeah, that's his business. So he, you know, you pay him, you send your cards to him, your cards get cleaned. Supposedly, you know, I guess the reason people would pay for that, a lot of people will tell you it's for their own personal collection, but in reality, it's so you can send it to PSA and hopefully get a 10, be able to sell it for more money. So that's his business. Shout out to PokeSun TCG on Instagram. She was one of tons and tons and tons of people that were sending me stuff about this. I'll go ahead and play her video first.
Tons of collectors are coming forward claiming they lost thousands of dollars after trusting a popular Pokemon repair and cleaning service, PokeMarsh cards. Some say their cards came back more damaged than before after months of waiting and lack of communication. This customer sent in $10,000 worth of Poncho Pikachus and got back completely different cards that are worth way less. And in some cases, cards were never returned at all. This person claims $7,000 worth of cards were stolen. And here, another claims $20,000 to $30,000 worth of collections gone. Same thing here again. 1K lost there, 1K down the drain here. It's multiple examples.
One thing I want to jump in and say here is that on shinyvert.com, I've done well over 50,000 orders now of Pokemon cards. And for him to have this following and be relatively a newer business with, I'm sure, not that much, you know, sales coming in, I just don't see how this is possible to be happening. This many people coming out. I would say within the past 3 years or 4 years, however long I've been doing this now, like running the website, shopshinyvert.com, I've maybe had a total of 5 packages go completely missing. That's over a 4-year period. This is all coming out within like the past 2 months. So I've heard.
So now PokeMarsh Card's Instagram is gone. TikTok went private and the website is offline. Because of situations like this, I strongly advise against sending your cards to cleaning and restoration services. Tons of collectors are coming forward.
Yeah, I don't know. That's, you know, a lot of red flags in there. We got ponchos going missing. We got thousands of dollars. We got people not able to get in touch with them. Kyra also did a video.
All right, now y'all seen the first part of what Vert got to say. I do have a second clip, so of a DM with Marsh had wrote back to him and stuff like that. It's kind of crazy, and even with Vert saying, y'all definitely gonna see what I'm saying on this one. Y'all let me think on that. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that one, and then I have a video responding back to Vert from PokeMarsh herself, and that comes from Rattle. Salute to Rattle Pokemon. He be the Discord. Y'all go follow his content. Great work too. Those people get a lot of product. You know, he's something like Red Bear or not. Whether y'all like the how y'all like to say the bodies and stuff like that. You know, none of my business. But people do great work out here of getting products. Whether you bought the system, whether you going to the Walmarts getting your scalping on, whether you buying it from a GameStop or wherever you doing it, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give people they due diligence, they flowers when they doing stuff right, and I'm gonna give you when you're wrong, when you're doing stuff wrong. In this own case, we got some people that's in the hobby for the wrong reasons, not solely Kyra or Vert. We just talking PokeMarsh right now. And then as of right now, if you kind of want to throw him up in the fire as well, because he hasn't really spoken nothing out, just doing videos. Sometimes they say don't speak, is at least leave it alone. But trust me, with stuff like this, it looks real bad because you're doing business. And sometimes when you're doing business and you're bringing money and equity and people livelihoods in it, you can tarnish your name, and it can be solely as bad business. So, and I get it. You're wealthy now, you got money put up, you're good now. YouTube following is up, people still gonna watch you regardless. So I get it, that's how you feeling. But at the same time, you got some questions you need to answer. And for this community, for the people, We want to hear these answers. You know what I'm saying? And we got these questions to ask you. Now let's get into Vert and what Vert got to say on this clip with the DM from PokeMarsh. Check this out.
Again, I met Marsh in real life. PokeMarsh Cards PokeMarsh Cards LLC. It seemed like the business was successful. We didn't jump into any numbers or anything. So he's got a seemingly successful business. He's got followers on both TikTok and Instagram. So he's building up like a client-based, you know, these people could be return customers as long as you're doing good business. He's making connections in the hobby. Like, I met him on a stream. And so at first I was just like, this is impossible. Why would somebody give up all that just for, even if it is thousands and thousands of dollars of ponchos, because you could have this business and run it for years and years. As we dive deeper, I don't know. PokeSun TCG also sent me this over. Here is the Facebook thread shared bad experiences from many other victims. 6 months, $1,000 lost. This person sent 2 cards for cleaning and repair, a Rayquaza VMAX from Evolving Skies, very nice card, and a Houndoom Aquapolis e-reader. What follows was poor months of communication and silence. Responses often came months apart, and I was consistently the one initiating contact just to get updates. I was informed he changed phone numbers without notifying me first. When communication moved to Instagram, that was 2 followed by more months of silence. Long story short, he said that this package ended up being lost in transit. I ultimately lost over $1,000 in value. Entire process was disorganized, frustrating, and avoidable. Now, let's just take this for example. If you're running a business, mistakes can happen, or errors can happen, like errors that are out of his control, just playing devil's advocate. But the error of not responding for months and months and months and months, when that's happening, is a controllable error, or like a controllable, you can fix that. Got screenshots with the timestamps here. You see November 5th, November 6th, November 11th, November 16th, phone call or a phone number. And then just reading through some of these, those cards are gone. He graded them and sold them, dude. Don't clean your cards. Don't trust anyone you don't know. No one makes that many mistakes in a row. That's kind of what I was getting at. I know 2 people he scammed. He almost scammed me until I had to play detective and find out where he lived and threatened him. Kyra talked about this a little bit in her video as well. You know, again, never dox people. I don't care how bad they are. Don't show up to his freaking house. But that's wild. Exactly the same situation for me, except I don't have my card back. Sent it into him August 2025. Basically radio silence since then. Cameron at the bottom says, yo, literally the same thing happened to me with him, but in a larger scale. I gave him a collection worth $20,000 to $30,000. Again, I don't have proof or actual, you know, hardcore facts that all these people have really been sending him cards and lost them. But this is not the only comment section like this with tons and tons of people saying this. And then topped off with that, the fact that he did delete all his social medias, the TikTok, the Instagram, his website is completely down. Tons of people saying they can't contact him. Of course, it seems extremely suspect. All right, we got another thing posted by ISS.trading, sharing their experience with PokeMarsh cards. Before I begin showing everything, I want to say I am making this post not in interest of defaming. I will only be sharing truthful information, blah, blah, blah. Made a submission to send him in cards. He sent in a Gyarados, reaching out numerous times, no response. All right, so at this point of getting no responses from PokeMarsh cards, the card cleaning service, he went on Facebook, started finding threads of tons of people saying the same thing, you know, send the cards in, cards go missing, can't get responses, etc., etc. I'm not going to go too deep into this because Kyra already covered all these, but in the end, it was very hard for him to get responses, so he said he did get a lawyer involved. Threatened legal action. Then they started getting responses from PokeMarsh cards. Well, he says it was his assistant.
Join the world's #1 RPG game.
Whatever you're gonna think. Sure, we're all kind of thinking the same thing already, but I reached out and I wanted to text him first just in case there is always 2 sides to every story, right? So before I did a video or anything, I wanted to get his side and at least give him the floor if there is some explanation that could be provided, because you had one person say $20,000 to $30,000. You have somebody complaining about Poncho Pikachus, the Gyarados missing, no responses, all this stuff from tons and tons and tons of people, right? So I want to see if he had any explanation for that, because, you know, there's only two options with the socials. Either he deleted them himself, or probably bad service and a ton of people are reporting him. But either way, it's like, he has friends. He could have went on another platform and explained, even if his accounts got taken, whatever. I say, hey bro, it's Vert. The last time we spoke was, he reached out to me in January. I forgot to get back to him or whatever. I said, hey bro, it's Vert. Sorry I never got back. Just want to reach out because there's a ton of videos coming out I'm sure you're aware of, but just want to ask if your side before I talk about it. Or just want to ask for your side before I talk about it. People missing thousands in cards and stuff, can't get in touch with you, socials went dark, etc. Just completely giving him the floor. A very nice message of, do you want to explain? Do you want to explain? And keep in mind, the last time I talked to Marsh, like, I'm not going to say we were best friends or anything. I've only met him once in real life. But yeah, of course, we had fun. We hung out, good conversations. And this is what he responds. I wanted to step away for a while. That's already very suspicious when you have tons and tons and tons of cards worth thousands of dollars. That's all I'm going to say. He said, I want to step away for a while. This was a convenient catalyst into it. There's a lot, and I mean a lot, of untrue misinformation being lobbed around, and it quite simply is not worth fighting. Personally, I think reputation is everything. Like, I really do. I think it's absolutely worth fighting that. If you're in the right, then fight it. Explain it. What's going on? Even if you're in the wrong, just, do your best to make it right. He said, I understand that everyone is going to dogpile regardless, and again, was meaning to leave this hobby. I'm personally not interested in turning this into a back and forth, and could go into depth about each scenario, debunking everything, but I will not, as it can be dealt with through the email on my waiver and wouldn't help the mob mentality and harmed reputation. I would love to hear about the other thousands of people that never had an issue and were happy with my work. Would be very interesting to hear. I have a small handful. I will say about that part that the negative reviews always speak louder than positive. I've dealt with that myself. They say, you actually learn this in business school. They say for every 10 good customers that have like perfect satisfaction, really happy with the services and everything, out of 10, only one will speak highly or tell their friends about it. And they say for every 10 bad experiences, at least 9 of them are going to leave the bad reviews and tell their friends. So, of course, that part could be true, but he says, I would love to hear about the other. He says, I have a small handful of people left to work with that have known provable grievances, and I am actively working with them. And then he ends it with, please don't contact me again. That threw me off right there. Like, ending it is, please don't contact me again, because, again, like, me and him, as far as I knew, that was the last I texted him. And again, I wanted to keep the door completely, like, open for him. I thought I was really nice, just like, if he wanted to explain, I wasn't even going to do a video on it. But I also just found it weird that he did text me back when we're really not that close or anything. But yet he, allegedly can't text anybody else back, or nobody can get responses from him when there's thousands and thousands of dollars of cards allegedly on the line. So yeah, think what you want. I just wanted to provide.
All right, now y'all seen that, right? Y'all seen them with the clips, with the DM. Y'all heard him, you know what I'm saying? Like, it looks bad on both parts. Even when he said, please don't contact me again. Like, that was crazy at the end, right? To say don't contact me at the end, and that don't look good. That looked crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, to even be talking with this guy that, not saying you know him, do know him, or you met him one time, and it's just bad, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I get it. Like, whether you did business or not, y'all still was pushing the guy, or y'all was pushing people to do business with the man, you know what I'm saying? Whether y'all still around it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, you know what I'm saying? It's like Rick Ross being the CEO. You was a cop, bro. Like, you can't say you was a correctional officer. You know what I'm saying? Like, snitching is snitching. You take the stand, you point, you make a statement, it's still snitching. At the end of the day, whether you wink, wink, or hint, hint, that's still You know what I'm saying? The cop said, "Who gun is this?" "Officer, this ain't mine. This somebody's, you know." That's still snitching. So, you can't, you however you want to slice it and dice it, you know what I'm saying? Water gonna flow one way or the other, you know what I'm saying? So you can try to diffuse it, but I get it. Like I said, whether you did business or not, it's still the simple fact that if this wouldn't have got blown out of proportion, would you guys have came out and did any videos? You know what I'm saying? Kyra was just talking about the Timmys and this and that and scalpers and all these other scalpers, but for months and months at a time, y'all did a live stream with this guy at Cool Training Ryan. We got words of Ryan himself saying that he sent cars in to PokeMarsh so he could fix them. You know what I'm saying? So birds flock together. What they say, birds hang together, flock together, or however that saying is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you can't get around it. I think because now that the cat out the bag, you gotta do damage control. Now you gotta clean up what's out there. And I get it, you gotta clarify your name. But at the same time, clarify your name, and it's like, hey, I'm gonna clarify my name, but you're leaving your boy out there to hang out to dry. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, hey, you gotta pick a side. Y'all's riding with him. Ride with him now. Not saying that y'all not riding with him, but it's at the same time, like, wasn't nobody making a video of, especially you like to call people Timmys and stuff like that. Y'all should have been paused. Y'all should have been on his ass. You know what I'm saying? You should have, for the way he's out here, just the dude is cocky. But I get it, because you got two people at the same type of personalities. Salute the CTR, but he is arrogant in his own way, and as he should. You know what I'm saying? He worked to get to where he's at, and not taking that from him. But you can see the difference from night and day from a lot of different creators and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes your ego can be the thing, right? You know what I'm saying? Your mind. But sometimes your ego can get to your mind to be your biggest downfall. Sometimes don't let your ego take you to somewhere to where you don't need to be at. You always want to humble yourself. Remember, the people that's watching me right now, that's watching you, is the ones that get us to where we at. The ones that donate, the ones that sacrifice times with their kids and family to watch our videos, to get information and stuff like that. So to be disingenuous and not to be genuine towards your people, or even just to give them just a hey, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's a 10-second video, just like, hey, I see what's going on out here. Stuff will be clarified soon. Just a little something like that is just something that'll give us, you know what I'm saying? But to have arrogant, like I said, y'all gonna see this last video. This is PokeMarsh himself. Salute the rattle from this right here, and y'all gonna see what I'm saying about what I mean about the ego. Check this one out right here. Here go the corporate himself. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, huh? Check it out.
Many times that I don't respond to business stuff on TikTok, hit my email, I just decided to stop talking to you because you're annoying. You were very annoying. You're one of those customers. So I continue to fix your cards, and I'll get back to you when they're done. Keep in mind, I told you they were going to be probably 2 to 3 months before they're done, because you had a good amount of cards in combination of the queue. Fast forward, this guy just kept on messaging me, to the point to where I said, screw the content, screw this guy, have your cards back. So I stopped all work on his cards, and I sent them back. He then receives his cards in the mail and just blatantly claims that I stole like a bunch of his cards. Again, that could have been settled if either one of us had any kind of documentation of the cards that he sent in, but we just didn't have them. Now, the biggest part of a he said, she said is the consistency between the stories. And unfortunately, you're incredibly inconsistent, because the first thing that you say is I stole $15,000 of cards from you. And then you make a Facebook post saying there's $20,000. And then you tell everybody that I stole sealed product from you, restoring sealed product. And then all of a sudden, the value of the cards that I allegedly stole is worth $30,000. And the funniest part is that you keep telling me that you're going to come to my house and get them for yourselves. If I stole $30,000, excuse me, $15,000 to $30,000 of sealed product and Pokemon cards, don't you think you might have made a police report? Now, regardless, none of that is true. It is quite literally a he said, she said thing, but his inconsistencies in his stories are very obvious that he's lying his ass out, because I don't have $30,000 of his cards. We're going to head off to Mr. Orion here. I shipped his cards out and they got lost. So I paid him back. That's also another thing that he's not mentioning, is that he was made whole. So there's your money. I paid you. I didn't even have to. You signed a waiver. There's a guy named Adamo just all over the posts about me, claiming that he never received his cards back and he lost $7,000. Now, I am to blame with the very long extent of not giving him his cards back. I was in a big transition period. There's a lot of life things going on, blah, blah, blah. You know what? I take responsibility for that. I apologize for how long it took. But you're still commenting, saying that I stole your cards when you hired a law firm to get your cards back. And guess what I did? I placed them on your law firm's desk that you hired and took a picture. You have your shit back, brother. Stop saying that I didn't give you your cards back. Now, Jacob Campa, I'm not gonna lie. We said the vasectomy thing because his card wasn't done drying yet, okay? And I was out of town and I just told my buddy to make something up and we'll get him out. But guess what? He got his card back. Nobody's mentioning that they either got their cards back or they've been made whole. That's the biggest part, is you just think that I stole everybody's cards. Obviously, I can admit when I've made mistakes and I can take responsibility. The thing is, nobody's showing the responsibility portion of them being paid back, and it's ridiculous. I have a handful of people that I'm still actively working on. Nate, or Shiny Vert, I texted him saying that, yeah, I have a handful of people that I'm still trying to, help out and make it work. But this mob mentality thing is nuts. Some cool behind the scenes restoration stuff. TCG Cypher, or Andrew, thank you for making that public. He decided to sell me a method. I paid $5,000 for a PSA 8 Aquapolis Lugia. His method is okay. It's fine. It does the job. But there's a larger factor into what he's actually upset about. And it's the fact that he gave me a very small snippet of information outside of the NDA that I did not sign for. It was the general foundation of de-whitening cards, and it works. It's great.
So yeah, like you see right there, I was saying, don't this, the ego, the cockiness, who that reminds you of in a way when they be talking at certain times. Sometimes, not gonna mention any names, but as you can see, when the entitlement, the arrogance of a person that's basically saying, F you, take it however you want to take it. Like you said, I made a fake story of what he said being in the hospital, whatever that was. Like, just come on, like stuff like that. And when you have that type of mentality and personality to do that type of stuff, you'll do and fall for anything. And stuff like that, man, that's a no-go. That's man, we gotta get you up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like my boy, I can't think his name on Instagram. Will made it. Pack him up, son. You gotta pack that guy up. We gotta get him up out of here. You know what I'm saying? He's bad for the community, bad for the culture, and he don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, he disconnected. That's like cutting off your phone, changing your number, you ran off on the plug. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. We gotta pack this guy up and get him out of this community. For real, for real. That's nasty work. And anybody who has to want to deal with him and any type of stuff like that, to alter your cards, take your money, not give your card back, trade your cards, give you something different, man, we gotta get up out of here. Stuff like that, man, that's scumbag material. You feel me? No tolerance, zero tolerance for that. BTA, belt to ass. That's what we give them. But pause. So hearing that type of stuff right there, if y'all still want to do business with a person, or like you said, people still trying to give him from the benefit of the doubt, even with Vert. Like you said, he's still in the way, still trying to take up for the man. As you heard in the video, what I showed you, man, you can't take up for somebody for that type of accountability like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's nasty work. And if you still trying to at least give him some type of grace, that means you did some type of business, or I don't know, man. It's just kind of suspect, kind of funny, Dunny. You know what I mean? Like I said, we don't have a horse in this race. We just reporting the news on the PokeDares channel. Not only I am a content creator, but I am like April O'Neil, like the Turtles. I am your newscaster, your Pop Packer. You know what I'm saying? Your collectibles, your investment. You're getting all that in one. But today, this is the news reporting live from the PokeDares channel and prismatic layer. We in a prismatic layer, as you can see. But like I said, family, have that link in I want to have the link in the description, excuse me. I'm gonna have the video that I just did from part 1 at the end of the video. So if y'all want to see the first video, y'all go and hit that link right there. It will be at the end screen at the end of the video. So I appreciate all the love and support. Y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, family, see y'all bright and early on the Pack a Day challenge. Tomorrow, the last day, y'all. 365. Hey, what we doing? You already know, man. Appreciate y'all. Y'all stay safe out there. Don't get scammed. Always check your cards. Always tap in with the ones that's gonna give you the real info, that ain't gonna do you dirty and filthy. Man, come on, man. Y'all be blessed out there. Hey, see y'all in the next one. Deuces.